I'm back, folks. Switching gears a little bit, but still staying in the college football ranks. All the craziness this past weekend wasn't just confined to playing on the field. The annual coaching carousel got off to a full swing on the West Coast. Chip Kelly, he's back in college football. This past Friday, November 24th, he confirmed to ESPN that he accepted a job to become UCLA's new head coach. He signed the deal for 5 years and $23.3 million, and that will see him make $4.6 million annually. With him signing a deal like that, he had to give coaches like Ty Helton at USC and Willie Taggart at Oregon and Mike Leach at Washington State headaches, because he's going to pick up right where he left off. Before he went to the NFL, Chip Kelly was one of the most dominant coaches in college football. He led Oregon to 4 Pac-12 championships, and he competed for a national championship in 2013. All in the process, he poached recruits from Southern California to bring up to Oregon. So you would have to imagine, with him being in LA this time, it won't be hard for him to get the West Coast top recruits. Moving on a little bit, but staying in college football coaching, the coaching carousel hit full stride in the SEC alone. You have schools like Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida, Texas A&M, Arkansas, and Mississippi State all looking for new coaches because of the Nick Saban effect. And as a result, Mississippi State has to look for a new coach because their previous coach, Dan Mullen, left to become the head coach at Florida. So Dan Mullen announced on Monday, well, he had a press conference Monday introducing himself as the Florida head coach. He was previously the offensive coordinator at Florida before going to MSU, where he helped lead the Gators. Well, not lead, but under Urban Meyer, he helped construct the offense that won 2 national titles in Gainesville in 2006 and 2007. He's also regarded as one of the most influential and one of the best college football quarterback coaches of this generation. So you would have to think that it's a perfect marriage with Dan Mullen in Florida, because Florida is a team that lacks offense, and Dan Mullen is a coach that brings offense, so it's a marriage. So staying on that theme, because he's a new coach at Florida, Dan Mullen has been trying to poach recruits that he recruited to Mississippi State for the upcoming year, and he's now trying to influence them to go to Florida. So as of right now, Mississippi State has the nation's 15th ranked recruiting class, so we'll see how him kind of trying to get his recruits to go to a new school will have an effect on MSU's class. Also, we have Texas A&M. They fired their coach, Kevin Sumlin, at the end of the season, and as of right now, I mean, most people assume that they're going to make a heavy push towards hiring Jimbo Fisher from Florida State. You know, they go through this every single year where his agent, Jimmy Sexton, he flirts and talks with other schools in an effort to either get him a new school or to give Florida State to pony up more cash. And Texas A&M, when it comes to money, they know no limits. So it'll be real interesting to see what he does, especially coming off Florida State, having a really subpar season, and some fans calling for him to move on to a different school. Also with Texas A&M, they fired Kevin Sumlin, but if I were you, I wouldn't feel too sorry for him, because he's owed $10.6 million in full in the next 60 days with no strings attached. So, hey, I'm pretty envious of him right now. And last but not least, we had the University of Tennessee, and they're just a wreck right now. You know, they fired Butch Jones after the loss to LSU. Shout out to my Tigers. But after that loss, they had Brady Hoke, who was the interim coach, and he didn't really fare too much better. Now, Tennessee has been in the SEC since 1933. So with all those years, this past season was their first time going winless in conference. So you know they're ready to make sweeping changes, but it's so much going on with Tennessee. Once the season ended, they had their eyes set on hiring Greg Schiano, the former Rutgers head coach, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach, and the current defensive coordinator at Ohio State. But because of fan outrage over the Jerry Sandusky child porn allegations, which Shiana was allegedly involved in. Not really, participating, but there were some rumblings that he had knowledge of what was going on and didn't report it. And because of that, a lot of the fans at Tennessee, put pressure on AD to not hire him, and the school administration, they caved into their pressure. And since that's happened, Tennessee has offered the job to David Cutcliffe, who's refused it. They've offered the job to John Gruden of Monday Night Football, who's also turned down a job. They even offered the job to current Dallas Cowboys tight end Jason Witten, who's a Tennessee alum. And he had to put a statement out saying that he wasn't interested in the job. He was saying that he's still playing with the Cowboys and he's not done with his playing career yet. So those guys, they're just all over the place. They can't find a coach to save their life. But as of today, November 29th, they are talking to Purdue head coach Scott Broom, and things are progressing, but there's no deal imminent yet. So we'll keep y'all updated on all the developments with that story. But outside of that, Tennessee is a train wreck right now. I hope they get things together, and we'll talk to y'all next time on the College Scoop.